one's spinning pretty fast, and the other one around the go ahead and going this
This
side.
side of the town probably has a leak on it,
You know,
because we don't have meters at the house.
But we have valves.
we have valves and valves, yes.
Yeah, you don't wanna ask how old they are.
You might not at every house. You haven't been to every house in town.
You might be right. I
don't think there's a valve at my house.
I don't know about.
There may not be. I know I have the schematics and everything.
And the deal with, you got valves in houses, but some of them have been there so long, they are.
Well, that's what happened with the neighbor up here.
Yeah, that's the main we had, the valve we had replaced. He had a water leak, went out, shut it off, and when he went to shut it off, he blew the valve off. So they're so old that they. So he does have a new valve in his, and then he said it's kind of weird what we're doing too. Some of the stuff, like he said, is close to 100 years old, and it's marked with yellow or red paint, and they're supposed to be marked with blue paint. So I've been going around recently and marking our valves with blue paint because we had construction on 5th Street the other day, and they were just going to rip your shut-off valve out.
Yeah, they had no idea it was there.
And there was kind of a glitch between me and Cheryl because Cheryl was getting the password call or emails, and she didn't forward it to me, and I
Guilty.
ended up going up there and then getting ready to get up, pull it out.
And
So
he's
that's
like,
the place right across the street from me where they're filling where they filled all that in.
Correct.
Yes.
So that blue thing in the corner now is blue, and so it'd be the north corner, well, no, it'd be the west corner of it now, right by the road.
Yeah,
That pipe, that's your shut-off valve.
okay,
it's nice to know.
yeah.
It's across the
So I was
street.
kind of wondering, there's a box right up against the house that's, I would call parallel with where my water pipe comes in. And then there's a green box, which I'm assuming is sewer, on the east side of the street side of my place, so.
It would be just a round thing in the ground, just a,
The sewer thing.
the
Yeah,
sewer
we
would.
usually agree around, but there could be, could have put another shut-off valve themselves in. I mean, we don't, again, we're only from the valve to the house, or, you have from the valve to the house, we're
Right.
to the valve, so.
Everything past the water system has to have valve, is
The
Right.
responsibility of.
Yeah, it's homeowners.
Right,
the
so, I mean,
association is responsible.
somebody could have could have put another valve in place. I mean, I just don't know. Over
Right.
the years, especially, Ralph, he could have done one. He was pretty.
Well, I'll take a look at that valve that's right up against the house and see what that does.
Right.
I won't turn it too hard though, so.
Yeah, be careful with it. So we either heard new service and old service. The guy that, in that lot across from you was kind of requesting to hook on to Schaeffer's, because it was originally advertised as being on Schaeffer's Water in their listing. But evidently, with us having a moratorium, there is no hooking onto our system. But with my ideas and thoughts, if we're bringing up the water pressure, we're going to pay 8 to 10 grand for tanks. As I was telling Carl, and then he wrote an email to Cheryl. So that lot's only going to be a shop with, from what he told me, was a bathroom and maybe a washer and dryer. And then, of course, we talked about Craig's lot, and then we could take on, I think we could take on another lot or two that's not like full board on houses to try to, because we can do like $4,000 to $5,000 hookup fees and try to
Recoup.
offset the tank.
Okay, so I have an update. Are you done, or do you want to keep?
Unless there's got any questions about.
Well, I called Boise. Didn't want to deal with Coeur d'Alene. I went right to Boise. They looked up Schaeffer Water, and they said that we are called a transient system, 25 or less. And Calvin, they said if we go to one more house on our system, and I go, what are the implications? And he said, Well, now you have to do more sampling requirements, and he named things like SOC, IOC. You have to do it more often. It's not quarterly, it'd be more monthly, so you have a more sampling expense more often doing it, and it would require a engineering review. And you'd be moving from transient to community system. And I think for me, just speaking for me, that is a reason not to add anyone. Our money would be all tied up in an engineering review. We wouldn't get anywhere.
Right, and that's what the thing I got, the link I got the other day was a 25, I think, or under, or over system.
Right, so that's
We are
why
on our system right now.
24. And I believe that's exactly why for 35 years I heard 24 is the golden number. That it had to be, because it had, when I bought my house in 78, I was even told then that. So it's always been that. I did write Colleen Karras, but she never wrote me back. I wanted to get her input on her memory because I don't know if she ever got the email or the message, but I wanted her to collaborate, like her memory on always hearing this, but I didn't get an answer from her. But anyway, that's what I found out. So it's not up to me, it's up to the members, but
More discussion?
What's an engineering study do? Why does it require that?
I didn't delve.
Changing the capacity of what.
You gotta, they need to measure the capacity, the age of the pipes, what needs to be brought up to code. All those expenses that go with basically a refurbished water system that Bayview Water's been talking about that they just voted on. We would be obligated to do all of that and have the funds to do it. So then, there we go. So, my personal opinion is I am concerned about our liability of putting somebody else on the system. They pay $4,000 or $5,000 hookup fee, and then the system collapses and we decide I'll go to Bayview Water because we can't afford individually to pay it, to fix it all up. And then so we get sued as an association based on, I just paid $5,000 to hook up 6 months ago and it collapsed. I mean, these two guys know. I mean, if we already got a patch and a strap on that tank and JD weld to hold the water in, I mean, we got a very old system. I mean,
But we don't want to lose it.
yeah. And so we're trying to do that. So my personal opinion is we don't add anybody else. You have low water pressure at your end. You have very low water pressure at your end. We get these bladders back and we see improvement, it would be great for the membership. And I don't think 8,000, depending upon how we finance it, which will be another question coming up, is not unreasonable to be able to do that this year and not burden everybody, 24 members, with excessive cost. We'll do that in a minute, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, I know there's other means of getting money, and this would.
And
it's just-
I don't even believe that the two people you're referring, you never know what they do in the future. That one decides to put a studio in the shop, and you just don't know where he goes, I think I'm going to turn this into a studio and make income.
Summer home or?
Yeah, I mean, you can't count on, and Craig's property, I've had 3 realtors call me in the past year about his property, asking about it. So it's not a guarantee. You just don't know.
See, and that was another one that Craig is on our water system right now.
No,
Oh,
he's
I
not.
thought he was.
Somebody tapped in.
He never paid.
Oh, that's right.
He was.
He was tapped in. He had a leak at his house all winter. We went and it took us forever to figure out what was going on.
But he never paid for Schaeffer Water. There was never a record of that name on, or address on Schaeffer Water.
Right.
He
So,
was getting water from our system and we didn't know it?
Somebody had piped into our system because it goes right along the
Yes.
fence line there.
Back when I was on it, that house had problems too. I remember going up there and shutting off the water for them when it had Reynolds in it. That's
Oh, the one next door to us?
Next door to, yeah.
Yeah.
so I
That's
make,
the one that broke.
They
Right.
had
So-
it back there. I shut down once and it was under the house, but
Right.
Mm.
So I think we need to make it official, so I'll make the motion that we don't allow a new person on, and then, you know, then we can go forward with people who call me and ask to go on Schaeffer. So that's my motion, I'm putting that out there.
I like your deal about putting some meters in on each line, that'll, you'll be able to take that, notice it way easier that way, that's for sure.
Second that motion.
You second that? Frank seconds.
All those in favor of approving that motion?
Aye.
Anyone nay on that motion? Okay.
It was a creative thought. I mean, I get where you were coming
Oh,
from.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it has too many liabilities.
And the email I sent him too, I think that's what I was trying to get to, was something that Bobby gave me. It was for 25 or more homes. There was a waiver for, you had to fill out a waiver so you don't have to do it every month and stuff. And I think that's what it was, because when I kept reading, it was 25 or more homes.
And with our records being destroyed, we can't go back and see what was actually in there before. So this is kind of, we're reinventing that wheel.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
We're reestablishing our baselines.
yes, we are, so.
Is there a key to the shut-off valve?
We have 2 keys, and they're in the water house.
Yeah, because I know I had one at one time, I saw one, somebody brought one, maybe it was Ralph that did it, but I can't get down and turn that key. I don't have a key to do it.
We have a really long one at our house.
You do?
Well,
You mean your shut-off valve?
Oh, they're in the pump house.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have one, too.
I've got 3 or 4,
Yeah.
don't know if they're for that valves, but you can certainly come borrow the 3 or 4 I got.
I would appreciate it, because I've looked for a key for the past few years now. People say, well, can you shut off that Schaeffer water coming in the house? I says, yeah, I think that right up in the front yard is where the hole is. And, but I don't have a key.
Well,
So,
You
That's
can-
why you have a key guy.
yeah.
yeah, I've
But
got,
to Fred's point, you need to be careful if it hasn't been shut off for a long time, because ours
Oh,
broke
yeah,
probably
I don't want
50
to touch
years
it,
ago.
'cause I have some
And we had to
low
have it
pressure as
replaced.
it is,
Yeah.
so I don't want to even touch it.
Well, that's what happened with our neighbors, is they went to shut it off,
Yeah.
and it broke right off.
Hope mine
Because it's so
doesn't.
old.
oh, they're
Right.
bad, they're bad.
So can I ask a question? What's our backup system like in terms of its, viability? I mean, is it in pretty good shape, or is it as old and decrepit as the one that we're
It's
using?
as old as the other one.
Okay.
But
No,
it's,
it has a single pressure tank, only by 50, but it's a newer tank,
yeah,
but it's still not.
and it's
We
on a
couldn't
different.
run on it all the time, I don't think it would wear out.
Well, it's he explained to me it's more of a 3-phase system, so the pump is relying more on the pump for pressure than we are for the tank. And we could do this system that way too, our main one, but it would cost a lot of money to do it that way. He kind of recommended doing a tank with multiple tanks. Bladder tanks, yeah. And last year we had a little bit of a sand going through, because every summer we do a flush on it. So we allow the neighbor lady
Penny.
to water with it, but we use it to water the garden too, to keep everything flushing.
All summer,
Yeah.
because it doesn't run during the year, other than during the summer. And we noticed that when we were running it, that it was plugging stuff up. And so,
settling in.
yeah,
It has sand or
so
something,
we just let it run constantly, and then we were filtering all that sand out of it. Finally, I think we got to the point where it was
Put
clean.
it into a 5-gallon bucket with some holes and allow it to leave the sediment in
Sure.
the bucket.
Right.
We got to where the sediment wasn't as.
And that could be coming from the old tank as well, right?
Could be coming from the
All
tank,
that
could be
stuff.
coming from the well, could be coming from anywhere, it's just been sitting,
Sure.
and so that's why we use it in the summer to try to keep it.
Right. And I was confused, in the replacement multiple tanks, did you say that that would have an effect on the pump? in that system?
So
Having more
when I-
multiple tanks?
When he told me that it would be better to have more multiple tanks because it allows the pump to run longer to cool itself down.
Oh, got it, okay.
So just turning itself off, filling a little tank and shutting itself off would be bad for it, so it's because it's not going complete,
Okay.
through a complete
That makes
cycle
sense to me, I
of cooling
misunderstood.
itself down, is what he tell me. And it kind of makes sense. And they're out of Sandpoint, kids, he's a fairly young kid, fairly nice kid, he and his dad, been doing it forever.
And the company's called AMP, AMP?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
AMP.
Bob Hanson from Baby Sewer Water has used them for years, really enjoys them. I talked to Bob Kaczynski about him. Bob said he's a really good guy too.
Oh, good.
So, just, and
Andy's been responsible.
And when we did talk about price ranges, he said, yeah, they're way cheaper than the RC Works would be anyways too, so.
And how long will it take them to do the installation of the tank, do you think?
Sounds like a day or so, because,
Okay.
you know, what he told me, he goes, a couple things. He goes, if I'm gonna buy 2 tanks, it's cheaper to buy 4 tanks. You know, it's kind of like, he goes, you get a bulk rate.
Well, you might mention to them that, well, I don't know, they wouldn't be pulling the pump though.
No,
See,
no.
when we had the pump go out, we hired a guy in Sandpoint, Panhandle Pump. It took a whole year for him to fix that. But every time you come out, they had to come out and take the power lines down because you were working close to them with the pipe puller.
Right.
But don't ever get Panhandle Pump again.
Yeah, and he looked at that too, and he goes, I'm not pulling the pump, and like you said, when we were talking about pulling the crane out, take the tank out, he said the same thing.
Well, actually, if he has a crane there, he might still have to put, you can only use, to pull a pump, you got a thing like a crane. If he
Right.
gets so close to that,
Right, and that's
it
what he told
comes
me.
right
they'd have to
across
shut
the
the power
building
down,
and
too.
everything, if he gets so close to the crane, the guy in the crane, he won't.
Are they gonna need that with the 4 tanks?
No, he told me just the same thing.
Law on that now.
Cut it out into pieces.
Years ago, they
Saves
just went in and did it, but now the laws say that you can't get that crane or,
So that's why Calvin is gonna cut that tank out.
oh, yeah, that would be way
Cut out
better.
pieces, yeah.
Will you need some help to do that?
Well, it would be kind of what they want to do. I got a friend that actually has a plasma cutter, lives over at Castle Lake. I didn't know if I was gonna have to have him come down and give me a hand doing it, or just go.
Or he wants to buy one now, that's his excuse.
Well,
They're pretty fun.
Look how big a smile you have.
Yeah, his husband.
Like, oh my God.
So,
Sorry.
I'd like to make a motion that we move forward with replacement of the tank and get a full cost estimate from AMP, plus the additional things you want to do. So let's get a laundry list of the things we want to do and what it's going to cost. And then I'm happy to work with you on the procedures, how this has to go in steps, like get the second well up and running first, you know, and what are the restrictions there? No lawn watering maybe, I don't know, showers only between 8 and, you know, whatever it is.
you know,
So we don't overload and burn that one out while we're out. And how long we're down, all those processes, get that nailed down in place so that we know exactly, and everybody will know, you're gonna be out of water these 3 days or 4 days, you know, that kind of, barring something that happens. I'm a planner, so I really wanna plan, because I don't wanna wing this thing and end up like we did with that pump, and we're out for a year, and every time we turned around, we were out a week on the backup system. That's all I'm trying to do, so
Yeah, no, I
I'm
mean,
saying,
from what I understand, what he told me, he'll order everything up, have it ready, when we're ready, it'd be down to me to get it, you know, everything switched over, get the tank cut out, and then prep for him to get everything back in there.
Yeah, but a timeline and a plan is a good idea.
Yeah.
I would second that motion.
So it'd be just kind of when we get the money up to do it.
And it's
Summer
probably
will.
best
We're
to
gonna
do
discuss
it
that.
here soon before summer hits.
Exactly.
So
So
you're-
Cindy's second. This is the approval to move forward and go with the new pump. So it is an approval to go with the pump. That's what my
No.
motion
With the
is.
tanks.
New bags,
Tanks.
whatever,
Sorry.
yeah, the new bags. Then, when we get a full cost estimate, I got a second motion coming for that. But I'm voting we go with the new bags. Let's get the new tanks.
And,
Yes.
and I don't know
And that-
if you got that estimate, that's pretty much the estimate minus me taking everything out.
I'm gonna need, as treasurer, I'm gonna need everything.
Right.
So we'll
I'm gonna
get,
need
you'll
some.
need to get a new estimate from
You know, what it's gonna
Or-
cost to have you do what you wanna do, you know, and what other equipment besides what he's offering we need, so we get a total price. If we go from 8,000 now to 9,000, at least we all know what we're dealing with.
Gotcha.
That's where I'm coming
So
from with
he
this.
wants with your labor and everything.
Yeah, everything. So, I got a second, all in